Live from Hollywood, California, it's the Nighttime Show. With us, as always, our head writer and producer, Matt Walker. I'm the voice of the Nighttime Show, Mike Black. Our very, very special guest, star of Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and Machete, and the owner of Trejo's Tacos and Donuts, and the author of a new cookbook, Trejo's Tacos and Stories from L.A., Danny Trejo. And now, our host with the most, known as El Gordon. Put your hands together for Stephen Kramer Glickman!
Hey! That was awesome.
I love that we managed to say Trejo like 14 times in the intro.
Hell yeah. As we should.
Who owns Trejo's Tacos?
Danny Trejo, the legend himself, is on the show today. I'm so excited.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. There's so many things to talk to him about.
He's done everything.
Exciting.
He's got restaurants people love, movies people love. He was stories from prison that are interesting. Like he's somebody who's seen it all.
All right, he's calling. All right,
okay.
Here we go. It's time for Danny Trejo. This is very, very exciting. We're all really excited about having you on the show, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we've been talking to Gloria for like a little while. We've gone back and forth over the last I think probably since you and I did Storks, kind of saying like we wanted to try to find a way to do this at some point. So yeah. I was like, this is great. This is awesome.
I love this. You know what? It's so fun. It's not funny, but there was this accident where I pulled this kid out, and when I went to the seat where the grandma was in, she was yelling, "My baby, my baby, my baby." And those were my lines in the store. I thought she had recognized me. I swear to God. No. For a split second, I thought, oh, wow, she's so. Then I thought, oh, my baby. Then I looked at the back seat. There was a kid in a car seat.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
Trejo, your ego's fucked up.
We're recording, right?
Yeah,
yes.
we're already recording.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that's so good. It's so good.
I'm sorry.
No,
that
Danny,
yeah.
That's amazing.
Hilarious.
Man. You know, when we wrapped that movie, they had those big walk-around costumes at the premiere. I was like, can I have the Pigeon Toady one? Because that's me. I'm the bro. Can I have that costume? And they were like, no, Steven, it's owned by Warner Brothers. It's going in storage. And I was like, or what if you gave it to me and I stored it for you? And they were like, we're not giving you the fucking thing. And then Christmas morning, I got a phone call from Warner Brothers going, go outside, the truck's here. And I was like, what? And they delivered it.
God.
They delivered it in a gigantic truck, and they set it up in my living room, and I've had it ever since.
You know what? Let me tell you something. They're a lot better than who was the producer of Con Air?
Not Michael Bay, Jerry Bruckheimer.
Bruckheimer, yeah.
Bruckheimer. He promised me the arm.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
On Air, he never gave it to me.
From Johnny 23.
Yeah, I got some weird kids because they were fighting over. No, it's going in my room.
That is a crime that you don't have the Johnny 23 arm, because that is fantastic.
Yeah,
That's so
it's
amazing.
It's probably in a crate somewhere, buried, like not being used for anything. Like, what's the point of having it?
I feel like Indiana Jones. That belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That's the kind of stuff that, like, needs to be with the actor that it's like,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? Like, that's not.
If Johnny Depp gets to keep his scissor hands, you should be able to keep that arm.
1,000%.
Elton John got the shoes in the
Elton John movie?
No, in the Pinball Wizard movie.
Tommy.
Tommy. Yeah, he got the shoes from Tommy. That's like how they compensate him, was the shoes, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, hey, at least I'm hoping that you have a machete from Machete. Do you have that?
Hey, I have signed so many machetes. Honest to God, I wish I should have bought stock in Machete.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why they haven't hit you up to be their spokesman yet. You know?
Yeah.
And no kidding. I've got I've got machetes that has been sent to me from all over the world.
Oh my God!
Guys that have made them. I got some that was made out of the same stuff that they send the space shuttle up in. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Oh my God!
Machetes from space.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
That's a sequel I want to watch right there.
Yeah.
We're waiting for Robert to get off his ass and write it.
Yeah, Machete Kills in Space is.
Yeah.
I know
Everyone
it's
is
something.
waiting.
People
Yeah.
want that movie so damn bad. I mean, come on,
Oh,
come
I-
on.
And that Johnny. Go
I
ahead.
met Elon Musk on Machete Kills because he came and he gave me the okay to go to space. So I met him and he asked me, Daddy, you want to go to space? And I go, you mean like in the movies? He goes, no, we're gonna like blah 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 blah. Hell no. Excuse me, Mr. Musk, but my feet are firmly on the ground.
Yeah.
You got to wait for Lance Bass to do it first because he still said he was going to go and he hasn't done it yet. Once Lance Bass goes up and comes back safely, then maybe you figure other people should try it. But let him be the first.
Yeah,
I'd rather go deep sea fishing.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen, we got to start. I got to talk to you about this recipe book. This is
I love it.
just so amazing. It's the book is. It's like it's out now, right? Like Trejo's Tacos Cookbook. Like this is.
Is there a title for the book, Stephen?
I mean,
Trejo's Tacos.
yeah, exactly. Come on,
Plug it right, Stephen.
It's Trejo. The cookbook is called Trejo's Tacos: Recipes and Stories from LA. It is out now. How did this happen? How did a cookbook happen for you?
You know what? It's like everybody kept coming to the restaurant and asking, "Oh, wait, can we have a recipe? Can you have And I'm like writing little stuff down on their napkin and stuff. And then finally, Ash was one of the most smartest men in the world because he's the one that actually got me into the restaurant business. And but he said, "Danny, let's do a cookbook." I said, "Okay," So we we did this, and it's kind of a walk through LA with food. And
oh, that's cool.
Wow.
And actually, Ash, I was doing a movie called Bad. Everything good that has happened to me has happened as a direct result of helping someone else. I did this favor for a director. His name was Craig Moss. He had this story of a called Badass, and it was one of those no budget movies. And I had a chance to do this other flick for a little money. And I was arguing with my agent. She goes, no, Gloria, listen to your agent. So he kept saying, Danny, I think this is going to turn into something. I got a feeling. And so I'm looking at the money over here. Okay, let's do it. So we did this favor, and it turned into a trilogy thanks to the smart lady. Mm-hmm. So I on the set, Ash noticed that I don't eat processed food. I eat fresh food. Fresh vegetables. I eat a lot of vegetables, and I won't eat fast food. So Ash just said, Danny, why don't you start a restaurant? Jokingly, I said, Trejo's Tacos. I don't know how the hell you started a restaurant. So we did Badass on Badass on the Bayou. He brought me a business plan.
Wow.
Right? Me being the brilliant businessman that I am, I immediately gave it to the smart lady, Gloria, my agent. I said, here, read this, Gloria. And she said, wow, Dan, they're not asking for $500,000 up front. Usually when somebody comes with a plan, it's going to cost you money.
Yeah.
Right.
She said, this isn't a bad idea. It's a no-brainer. So I said, let's do it. So I owe her my restaurant business. But anyway, so we did this. We opened up Trejo's Tacos on La Brea. That became a smash. It became like Pink's, just lying around. Wow. And
huge deal here in LA. Huge deal.
And so then we opened up Trejo's Cantina on Cahuenga and Selma. Mm-hmm. Same thing. It's just like, so everybody keeps asking me, what's your secret? It's no secret. It's good food. People don't come back. They'll come once for a celebrity autograph picture.
Yeah.
If the food's no good, they're not coming back. So, we got Anthony Bourdain said he wouldn't eat any place in L.A., but he liked the the variety and the menu. You know.
Yeah.
And, so it's like that's how we got it. It came out really. Thank God it worked really good. But the secret to a restaurant is good food, good service, nice staff that won't talk to you about their divorce or their husband.
Oh my God!
Kids, you know, no, really. Haven't you been to a restaurant and the waitress? Oh God, you don't know. You don't know what kind of day I'm having.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I had a waitress at Tender Greens say, not even a waitress, a lady behind the counter at Tender Greens say to me, what are you planning on getting me for my baby shower? And I said, I don't know you. I don't know. I've met you twice. What are you talking about?
Funny.
I had a waitress complain to me for an hour about her ex-husband.
Oh no!
Yeah. I am her ex-husband, but that really shouldn't have entered into it. It's not fair.
No, that would happen to me at 4 different restaurants.
Just because you like going to Hooters doesn't mean. Look, I mean, I have to mention this because if I don't, I'm going to get killed by my family. So, Craig Moss, who made Badass and Badasses and Badass, I think the third Badass in the Bayou, is my cousin's husband. I don't know if you know that.
Nice guy in the world. Me and him are getting ready to do a film called Social Security. Another one.
Oh,
Kinda
nice.
Like, Die Hard, but in a senior citizen home.
Oh, I've read that script. It is hilarious. He's a very talented guy. Me and these two guys that are on this show have done. We've written with Craig and done like punch-up writing on his films over in the past, and I mean he is
awesome.
Dude, that guy works so hard. And one of the craziest things I've ever seen, I have to just say this, is because in an earlier movie, not in one of the ones that you did, but in an earlier film, there was some action thing that he wanted to do, and I remember thinking like, how the hell are you going to blow up a car or something like this? How can you do that on the budget that you're dealing with, whatever? And he made it work by buying footage from an older film that was like a Steven Seagal movie.
Wow.
Oh my God.
And and then matched it. Like was able to match it. It's amazing.
In Badass, he did with no budget. We didn't. My price was they bought me lunch and dinner, but basically he had a bus chase down through Los Angeles, crashed into a train. This whole where in the hell did you get that? And so he was brilliant, right? And in Badass on the Bayou, me and Danny Glover flew a plane, crashed it, landed, and it's like, my God, so I was so impressed. Anyway, I love him to death.
He's amazing. He really is amazing.
Yeah.
We're doing Badass. Then he wants to do a movie that I want to do. It's called Valdez is Coming. It's an old Western, and it's unbelievable. So
cool.
Doing that. So, and you know what? I also got a documentary right now that just came out called Inmate Number 1.
Oh yeah.
That just came out, and it's
really.
Now, what is that? What does it cover?
It covers my entire life, really.
Okay, I got a buddy, my friend Rick Ramos, who does his own movie podcast called Watch This, who would kill me if I didn't ask you about he wanted to know about the first time you went back to prison, but as a movie star. He wanted to know like what that was like, and also anything about Eddie Bunker.
I'm gonna tell you something. We walked into prison in God, we were doing a film called wait a minute, I'm trying to think of the name of it. The Crow with Eddie Furlong, Willem Dafoe, and Stephen Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
And so we walked into San Quentin, and everybody started, "Hey Trejo, what's up?" And Eddie Furlong, I asked him, "Eddie, how do you feel?" He says, "Like dinner." So, what? Because Eddie's a cute little guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be scary as hell.
Exactly. There's no such thing as handsome in prison. If you're handsome, it means you're pretty. Okay.
Oh shit.
Nobody's gonna say you're handsome. And cute means you're gonna be missed. Okay. So
Wow.
Oh shit.
no. So I mean, there is a tension in San Quentin. And when I went there, I had this feeling. The feeling of hopelessness grabs you again.
Yeah.
So that is the most hopeless place in the world.
Yeah.
Just period. And now when I go back, I am an actor, and we kind of got a good reputation and a lot of respect. So because I give hope, that's what I do. I give hope.
That is
but
awesome.
My documentary is on iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon, and the cookbook you can get anywhere. Boy, that thing's like awesome. Buy it. Come to the store. Come to
the shop. Yeah.
Yeah, the restaurants. I'm so excited about this book. I will one time.
Hey, a quick thing I want to talk about, Mike Black. I think this is something that we really should talk about, and it's a company that was founded in 1983 in Tokyo, Japan. Of course, I'm talking about the Zoom Corporation.
Zoom.
Now, if it wasn't for Zoom, and Matt knows this, we would not be able to do our show. They make the best audio equipment in the world. Which one are we using right now?
We're recording onto a Zoom LiveTrack L8 right now, and when we go do our live events at conventions and stuff, we often use the Zoom H6, and they're both just fantastic pieces of equipment. You plug your microphones in, you plug your headphones in, and you're good to go.
Yeah, whether you're a classically trained pianist or a run-and-gun filmmaker or a podcaster like us.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do a ton of podcasts, and I can tell by listening when they're using a Zoom and when they're not.
Yeah,
It's the mark of excellence.
It really is. Go check it. Go check out all their stuff over at zoom-na.com. That's zoom-na.com. Be professional, for God's sake. Zoom-na.com. All right. Okay, let's get back to the show.
So you have a lot of stories in the cookbook about Los Angeles in general. Like, are they personal stories about like your experiences?
Absolutely. About me and Mike Schwartz used to cut school and go ride the Angel's Flight when it was when it was on 3rd Street. And, before they moved it, and ride the streetcars. We used to ride the streetcars all the way from downtown Los Angeles to Long Beach Pike. There used to be the New Pike in Long Beach, and
oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. I love LA. That's all. I love Los Angeles.
What sort of places that maybe aren't even here anymore did you grow up eating at? Like, was there a place that really stuck out that influenced you? Like, oh, this is good food.
Well, because every place that I eat, it was still here. It's like the pantry was. When you were out at the pantry, and then the Pacific Dining Car when you had the money. The Pacific Dining Car was the best place in the world to eat right after a robbery. You had to
God! Wow.
No, you were like. You felt like a real gangster.
You put that on their website. Best place to eat after a robbery.
And then Musso and Frank's. I love Musso and Frank's. Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. Musso and Frank's has the best chicken pot pie in the world. I have had chicken pot pie every Thursday. I have had chicken pot pie all over the world. I always order it and I always compare it. Nobody's beaten Musso and Frank's. Nobody.
Wow. That place is really phenomenal.
Dupar's
amazing.
Dupar's best pancakes in the world. Nobody. And I eat them all over. I always eat like chicken pot pie, pancakes. Nobody. And best all around place to eat, not to dine. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
But to eat, the pantry.
Yeah.
Great place.
You know.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. When you eat at the pantry, what do you get?
I like the roast beef sandwich, open face.
Yeah.
I love it.
Amazing.
And they're amazing. I walk in and it's like I know everybody there. You know what I mean? And me and Eddie Bunker used to eat there all the time. We had our own little spot, and, so.
Yes, my dad used to tell me stories about the pantry when he was younger, and they used to have celery in the tables, like in a little inset bowl, and the health department told them they can't do it anymore at some point.
You know what they've got? It's unbelievable. The best bread in the world. The best bread. Absolutely, it's great bread.
Yeah.
And the pantry, like I said, it's like they're, it's the best place in the world to get a steak that isn't going to cost you your first child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you want,
that's where you go to plan the robbery at the pantry. Then you go commit it. Then afterwards, you go to the Pacific Dining Car.
Yeah,
Wait, me and Eddie Bunker used to sit and we would plan like how you would rob the pantry, and then. But the problem is that it used to belong to Mayor Reardon.
Yeah.
So
shit.
I don't think they're going to stop looking for you if you rob this place.
And then also, is it even worth it? Because then you can never go back.
Yeah.
Right. And the second thing is that it's all cash money. But the minute they get $200-$300 in the till, they take it to the safe.
Yeah.
And the safe is like a fortress. You're not carrying that thing out.
Yeah, it's been a weird shift in LA restaurants, like these old school ones that didn't used to take any sort of other payment, because now I think the pantry takes credit cards now, don't they?
No,
still not. They have an ATM in the store now, though. And Philippe's.
They have a what do you call it? A ready teller right there.
Yeah, and then Philippe's didn't take credit cards until like 3 years ago. They finally broke down and started taking, which is just like an interesting shift to see them where they kind of had to, because people they don't carry cash anymore.
Yeah.
Listen to this. I got to tell you this. My cousin, right? In fact, his name is in the law books, Gilbert Trejo, and because he was sentenced to life in prison as a juvenile when he was 17. Okay, we finally got him out with the help of Jerry Brown, our governor at the time, and Senator Ball and Senator Bill, and a guy named oh my God, forgive me, this guy is so the angel, right? But we got him out, and Berkman, his name, last name Berkman. So we got him out. He was 55 years old, 17 to 55. So. 38 years, and we got out, and it was like, I said, "What do you want to do, Gilbert? Where do you want to go?" He says, "You know what, Danny? I've been hearing about Philippe's." So we went right from prison to Philippe, and got, and I'll never forget. It's like it's just, I love Philippe's just for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Like it's any of those old school restaurants I could go anytime, because like we're lucky in LA we have a couple of these institutions that have been around for 100 years, literally 100 years. You go there, you go to like the Apple Pan or whatever, and it's like it's just a place. They're all comfortable places. They just feel like home anytime you go in those places.
Well, you know what? Going into Musso and Frank's is like going into a time zone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so unreal, and that you go to places in LA. There's places that you go to be seen. The bow, all that, I'm an actor kind of shit. But you go to Musso and Frank's to have a dinner, a nice dinner with your kids or something when you don't. I still get asked for autographs, but there's not paparazzi hanging out there.
Yeah,
right.
I mean?
Yeah, there's not a lot of those. Like, if you want old school dining, like one of my favorites is in Pico Rivera, the Del Rey, which is one of my, like, that's a place, because I grew up in Pico Rivera, and it was like once a year my dad would be like, all right, we're going to go to the Del Rey. You got to put on a coat and a tie that, when I was 10 years old, putting on a coat and tie to go to this fancy restaurant. It was a fun experience, and I still try to go back there about once a year.
Are you Mexican?
No, I'm the white guy from Pico Rivera. It was me.
The only white redhead in Pico Rivera.
I'm the redhead from Pico Rivera. I'm the only one.
They call him El Rojo.
Yep.
If you moved out of, if you moved in, there's only 7. If you moved out,
I moved to Montebello now, so I just shifted. I moved a mile away. It's really no different.
So you increased the population there.
Yes.
You know what? It's funny because my best friend Donald Logue, who was on Gotham.
Oh, I love that guy. Love him.
Okay, well, he grew up in El Centro, right?
Yeah.
right by the border, and he was El Rojo.
Yeah.
The minute I went to school, I knew I had to become Mexican.
Oh my God!
Well, it's like all my friends, like I have friends from elementary school, whatever, and like we're all big Dodger fans. And like
God.
so Justin Turner, like they all just call him El Mas Chingo, El Mas Rojo Chingon. That's what they call him.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
The most crazy redhead. Which is like, I think Justin Turner, like, he's beloved in Los Angeles, and I think that he needs to come out the next time we have actual audiences at games. He needs to come out as walk-up song of La Chona. I think if he did that, he would become the most beloved player in Dodger history.
Legendary.
That's what he would
Be
need.
legendary.
Yeah.
You know what, Fernando? It's funny. I mean, Fernando really brought the Mexican
Brought it
audience.
back. Yeah.
Dodgers, all of them, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I think it used to be a misdemeanor if Fernando Valenzuela was playing and you got caught on the streets if you were Mexican.
Yeah. Gotta be home. You better have Vince Scully on your radio if you're outside.
I was never so proud because he was in the what do you call it box, the radio box, right?
Yeah.
And I was going to go in, and the security stopped me and said, "Danny," they said, "nobody else. Please, oh man, I'll lose my. Don't worry. It's okay." So somebody went and told Fernando that I was outside. He came out to visit me.
Oh wow!
He came out and gave me a hug.
Wow!
I thought, well, I got a picture with him, man. I swear to God, I got the stupidest. I got one of those smiles that you got.
Yeah. Oh, I know that smile.
It's like I've done that. Like you get a picture with somebody that you love so much, and then you look terrible in the photo, but you like the photo because the celebrity's in it with you.
Yeah.
Like I have a photo like that with Vic the Brick Jacobs. When I met him, he's just walking around wandering the stadium like, "There's Vic the Brick. I need a photo of Vic the Brick." And I'm like, "Oh, I look terrible in this photo, but I don't care. It's me with Vic the Brick, so you got to go with
God.
it." Yeah.
Oh my God! Danny, when you were first starting out, who was somebody that when you met them on a set, when you first started in films and TV, like who was someone that you saw on a set that you were like, I can't believe I'm on the same set as this person?
I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. When I met Charles Bronson, I did a movie
called
Before, and that was my hero. In fact, I used to say he was Mexican. I loved him.
Yeah.
And then I did a movie, Death Wish 4, and I was tongue-tied. I mean, literally, I was just like, God. And then you're hoping that he's not Hollywood, and he wasn't. He was so humble, so kind. It was just a sweetheart. You know what I mean?
That is so cool.
I made friends with him. In fact, he called me up for a movie that he did called Forbidden Subjects, and he called me and he said, "Bring George," because George was a friend of mine that was older, a lot older than me. He was about 25 years older than me. But we just hung around. First time he went to San Quentin was 1935.
Wow. God.
So
What?
we he had a picture of him in stripes. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, wow.
God. So, but we both went to that Forbidden Subjects, and he was just so cool. He was just, but that's the guy that like, oh my God,
It must be kind of weird sometimes being on a set. I mean, when you're playing an inmate on in a prison, in a movie or a TV show, to be on a set and then be like, oh, you guys are not doing this at all the way that this is done. Does that ever happen where you're like, you have to fact check the fuck out of people?
I always end up as a consultant, no matter where I go. With a movie, a director is like, he's brilliant. If he's say, Danny, is this right? And I was, well, first of all, I remember when we did the movie, my first movie, Runaway Train, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got boxing shorts on, and Eric, being a movie star, he wanted these tight little shorts. And I was trying to tell him, Eric, people don't wear tight little shorts in prison.
It's a bad idea.
In prison, everybody is staring at your ass, homie. But he goes, no, this is like, so, and it was funny because the guy that they first cast was another guy about as tall as Eric and slender, another gorgeous kid, right? And Eric's prettier than his sister. And so like I'm trying to tell him, the shorts, Holmes, and he goes, no. So he ends up wearing the shorts. And then, like,
shit.
Me and Eddie Bunker were just like, oh God, man.
Oh man. How did you first meet Eddie Bunker?
God, I first met Eddie Bunker in 1962 when my uncle bought a robbery from him. And
wait, what do you mean he bought a robbery from him?
Eddie was brilliant, and Eddie would plan robberies. He would out of place, if he wasn't in prison, he would just literally, and if you needed, you would go and talk to him, and he would, hey, well, look, I got this poker game. He gave us a poker game here in the San Fernando Valley that we took off, do you remember in Heat?
Yeah, of course.
The John Voight character was based on Eddie Bunker.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
If you see a picture of Eddie Bunker and you look at John Voight walked into the makeup trailer, put a picture of Eddie Bunker, and said, I want to look like that. And
that's
he
amazing.
Did. Yeah. Honest to God.
Now that you say it, I totally see it.
Yeah.
But
because Voight was also in Runaway Train with them too. So
yeah, John Voight, my pal, boy.
Shit.
Now you mentioned paparazzi earlier, and I have a funny sort of story. I saw you when Dennis Hopper was getting his Hollywood star.
Oh God!
And the paparazzi there was pretty thick. And Jack Nicholson kind of took the hit because at this time Dennis Hopper was too old to be signing autographs for people. So Nicholson was kind of doing that. And a paparazzi, I was across the street, but I saw this happen, kind of goes to take a picture of you, and you snapped him a look, and he immediately put his camera back and put it away.
God.
It was fantastic. It was one of my favorite moments in Hollywood.
You know what? It's like a lot of times. They don't bother me. A lot of times, if they come up and be polite or whatever, yeah, sure, but I don't shy away from them. I'll sign every autograph, every picture. But I don't like it when they're trying to, like, I think Jack Nicholson was bending down. I forget, but it's like don't come on, we pick our butt and our nose and but don't just do that just for that. What I mean?
Don't get some weird bad picture of someone on purpose. Yeah.
Hey, real quick before we continue the show, I want to talk about a third-generation, family-run business that I am very proud to be working with. Sennheiser is the top tier microphone company in the world, and we are so lucky that we are now recording our show using Sennheiser microphones and their headphones. It's awesome.
We're talking into Sennheiser MD42 microphones and using Sennheiser HD25 headphones, and these sound amazing.
I mean, listen to Mike Black's voice.
Listen to the rich and sumptuous soundscape that comes out of my voice.
Oh.
Every time I speak into a Sennheiser.
Absolutely. Go check out their microphones and their sound equipment over at Sennheiser.com. All right, let's get back to the show. Danny, you're known in Hollywood and in this business as being like one of the nicest, most generous guys to work with. I've heard so many stories of someone approaching you with like a movie or with a role or something, and you like doing jobs for people as like favors and being just like overly nice and kind. Do you try to like kind of make that a priority because you look like people could see, if people see you first glance, like you can be kind of intimidating, and so people kind of, do you try to make an extra effort to be kinder, or is that just kind of like part of the way that you've always been?
Eddie Bunker told me just straight up. He says, "Look, Danny, you have to disarm people immediately, because guys are guys. That's all. Guys are guys. It's like the minute they see somebody that they think is tougher than them, or you see them puff up their chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're a chest puffer upper, it's like
I always have been.
I know. I immediately say hello. Hey, hi, how you doing? Because you got to remember, it's like Sam Harding, one of my sponsors, said he was a big hillbilly, right? He did 15 years flat in Vacaville, which is a state mental hospital for the criminally insane. And I say, Sam, you know what? How do you not fight? He goes, well, he had that shit in his mouth all the time. He had that hillbilly
tobacco.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you had to be careful with a cup because it might have spit in it.
Oh man.
Yep.
But he would have said, Danny, the way I look at things, if somebody ain't worth killing, they ain't worth fighting. And if they ain't worth fighting, hell with them. I'll just leave them alone. And it's like the bottom line to every argument is a killer. It's killing, a murder. If you get an argument, it can go all the way to a murder. Nobody gets murdered over being happy with each other, and so I try not to argue. And then what a blessing it is for me to come where I come from and to be able to make somebody's day with an autograph or a picture or a hi, how are you? I've had people tell me, God, you made our vacation. We're here from Luxembourg or somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Because what a joy. And so that's the blessing that the good Lord's given me, man. I'm able to make somebody's day with a picture.
What an awesome way to look at it.
That's amazing. That really is, man. That's really
And
incredible.
besides that, I've seen every actor who's stopped signing autographs and stuff. Maybe they're big enough, but I've seen their careers take a dive. Because,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And besides that, it's like we're so blessed to be in this business. Mm-hmm. Come on, I was doing a movie called The Ridiculous Six with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Me and Nick Nolte were in a trailer, and we're sitting there kind of cooling off. I mean, we're in a tent cooling off because we're in the desert, right?
Yeah.
And they got these blowers in there to cool us off, and this guy comes in and says, man, when are you guys going to retire, right? Because I think we're the two oldest guys on the set. And Nolte says, retire from what? We're playing cowboys.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm not.
It's the best job in the world.
Yeah, every time somebody starts complaining, I always say, well, we're not mixing cement. I know that much.
That's so amazing. I there's a couple of people that you've worked with a few times that pop up in your career. One of them being Steven Seagal, who is notorious.
I'm the only guy to kill him on screen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you really?
I killed him in Machete, yeah.
In Machete.
My God, that's amazing. Any stories of working with Mr. Seagal?
Well, you know what? I mean, everybody. He was a jewel with us. I mean, he was awesome. I hear stories, but he was great with us. And it's funny because we were his costume. He had that great big coat. He always wears that big old coat, right?
Yeah, that Generalissimo sort of coat. Yeah.
And it was 120 degrees. We're up tarmac. We're on a tarmac of a airport in Austin, Texas.
Oh man!
I mean, it was so hot, and we each had a blower, right? They have this blower on you, and I could see he's about to faint. I said, "No, give him my blower. Take my blower." And I'm gonna go get some water. I got everybody water, and I gave him a blower. He looked at me and just like, "Thank you," He mouthed because it was brutal. You know what I mean? Because to be on that tarmac, it pushes the temperature up about 10 degrees.
Yeah, you're on the man.
Oh my God!
And that's one of the best death scenes in an action movie ever. Him with your machete sticking out of him, and still threatening you as he's dying.
Hey, the best death scene ever was mine in Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah! Oh man!
Oh yeah!
I got killed by Robert De Niro. Okay,
for fuck's sake!
What a way to go!
That's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say, your death scene in From Dusk Till Dawn on the pool table
yeah.
when your eyes go into the pockets. That's pretty hard to
My
top.
God, that's pretty
When
amazing.
my daughter was 6 years old. My son was 7, going on 8. I take them to the premiere, right?
Yeah.
And I realized there's no kids, but at the time I was a single parent. And so I'm not, I can't leave them at home.
Couldn't get a babysitter?
Babysitter. So they came with me. All through the movie, they watched it real calmly. When I died and my eyes went into the pool pocket, my daughter jumps up and screams, "Whoa! That was so cool! Dad. Your eyes went into the pool pocket." Everybody, look at my God.
That's awesome. I did the exact same thing in the theater.
Yes.
Only you weren't there. That's the only difference.
Oh, man, you gotta love Robert Rodriguez.
He's
Wow,
awesome.
wow.
That guy-
What's
that
he
guy
like
made my
to?
career. I've done 11 movies with that guy, man. You know what I mean? Gotta
Movies.
get off his ass and write Machete kills in space.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
come on, Rodriguez, do
Now,
it.
the first Machete trailer,
Yeah.
that was just supposed to be a trailer. It was just
Well,
supposed
you
to be
know
like
what?
a fake trailer, right?
The story is when I did Desperado.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in Del Rio, Texas, and then we went over to Acuña, Mexico, right across the.
Yeah.
And literally, the best. Oh my God! I'm walking around with no shirt. I got this huge tattoo, and they're all taking pictures. And Robert says, "Hey, they all think you're the star of the movie." I says, "You mean I'm not? I thought I was." And so we found out we were second cousins on that movie.
Wow.
My uncle said, "Yeah, you guys are cousins." So me and Robert literally became friends. But right then he said, "Danny, I've had this idea of this movie called Machete that you'd be perfect for, man. And I'm gonna try to get it done." So through the years, we just kept. That's why in Spy Kids, he named me Uncle Machete. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
And then when they did Grindhouse, they needed some fake trailer. I got one. So he did the trailer. When he did that trailer, when we came out, everybody, all the producers, everybody says, "We got to do this movie.
Yeah.
We have to do this movie." So he wrote it, Machete,
Well, I remember seeing the midnight screening of Grindhouse, the very first showing available, and that trailer got an applause break. And I've never seen that happen. It got this huge applause break at the end of it. And everyone knew it was fake, but everyone in that theater was like, they got to make this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the thing, I almost cried. One day, Halloween, I go to the door, I open the door, there's about 8 kids, little Mexican kids dressed as Machete.
Wow.
Oh my God.
man.
It's like so unreal. It's like,
That's great.
They must have been flipping out when they saw you answer the door.
Yeah. They're like, he's dressed like us too.
Oh, that's amazing. There's a movie you were in called Anaconda back in
great.
1997.
Oh, my
Huge
God.
hit. Yeah.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Oh,
With
yeah,
John
Jennifer
Voight
Lopez
and,
and, John, and your buddy, John Voight.
John Voight, yeah.
And I know that it was filmed down in Brazil. A lot of it was in
Yes.
Brazil.
Yes.
Did you go down to Brazil to shoot on this?
Absolutely. I was there. I was in Brazil, and I was hanging out with Michelle Rodriguez, and she had just finished Selena. And,
Oh, wow.
we were hanging out, and I mean, she's a doll. She's one of my favorite people, and she's managed to stay Jennifer. She's just absolutely go to hell gorgeous. I think she's 30 now, and she still looks like she's 20 years old.
Yeah. Oh, she's so cool. A weird little weird trivia fact, folks. The voice of the Anaconda in the movie Anaconda was played by Frank Welker. How about that?
The voice of Megatron from
Oh.
Transformers.
did the sounds of the snake in Anaconda.
Also a Comedy Store regular.
Yeah.
That's so weird. That's so bizarre. Did you ever try, Danny, did you ever think about doing stand-up or ever try doing stand-up?
You know what? I did stand up one time as a dare to the Improv on I think a Monday night, or I forget what was open mic night. I went down there and I noticed all these comedians had like tape recorders and were like writing stuff down, and they were like, God, these are like really, I'm fucked. They're really like pros, you know. And I just went up there. I didn't know what to do, so I tore open my shirt, had that big tattoo, and I said, laugh! And everybody cracked up, laughed. You know? So I said, you think you're a tough audience? Try being the stand-up comedy in San Quentin State Prison. If you don't make them laugh, they'll kill you. I mean, it was just, I just said anything I thought in my mind, you know, and so it came. I did it. They asked me back, but I didn't want to do it as a career.
We are literally sitting upstairs from that room you were in right now.
We're recording in the Improv right now while we're talking to you. So. Yeah.
I was walking by there one day, and the TMZ truck stopped, and they started talking to me, and it was like so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, they drive by here all the time.
I love that. I love that. We got to ask you about a couple other people. Mr. Quentin Tarantino. I know that you guys have spent some time together. We got to ask about him, and we got to ask about Rob Zombie. So take it. You take it where you want to go.
If you stand in between Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez when they're talking, you will get electrocuted. You know what I mean? You want, honest to God, because there's the energy there. Well, first of all, Quentin is like he 8 ideas in his brain at the same time. Okay, and Robert is like the quintessential. Is that a word? Quintessential. Well,
yeah, quintessential.
Quintessential. Yeah.
You nailed it.
Whoa, it would, you know. I mean, he's like the thinker. I got it. And when you can see sparks when they're those two are talking, and it's like amazing. I sat down one time with lunch, and they were at the end of that lunch, they had another movie. Wait a minute, where's the where's the Mexican? Where's the Mexican?
Now, Stephen, you and I met Tarantino very briefly at the at LACMA one time, because it was when The Hateful Eight was coming out in 70 millimeters, and we went, and they were like, oh, we have the 70 millimeter projector out, we're going to do a double feature, and they showed It's a Mad, 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 Mad World first, and then they were showing The Hateful Eight. And we go to see this movie, and somebody's laughing during Mad, Mad World like De Niro in Cape Fear. Like they sounded like a crazy person.
Stop laughing.
And it gets to the intermission, and the lights come on, and there's only like 20 people there for the first movie because it's like a 4-hour movie of Mad, Mad World. And it's Tarantino that's been laughing like a crazy person at Mad, Mad World the entire time. And then so we talked to him real briefly. He was very nice. And then we're thinking, oh, he's gonna probably introduce Hateful Eight or whatever and watch people. He took off after that. He wasn't there for his own movie. Like, he just came. I think he arranged for that screening just because he likes seeing It's a Mad, 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 Mad World in 70 millimeter, because you don't get to see it in that on that kind of projection very often.
Yeah. You're right. You're right about that. It was pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
We live in a amazing city. It's the best city in the world.
Yeah.
I've been all over the world, man. I love L.A. I won't live anywhere but L.A.
Yeah.
Same. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. I have to throw out a couple quick things before we wrap this interview up. First question I have to ask you is, what is your favorite recipe from the cookbook?
I told you, man. I love the nachos. Any nachos you want with 2 eggs over easy on top, and that's breakfast.
That sounds good.
I barbacoa nachos or carne asada nachos or shrimp nachos, whatever you want. And then I just put 2 eggs over easy, and I kill lunch and dinner at the same time. I mean, lunch and breakfast at the same time.
Good. That sounds great. I also really wanted to ask, easiest. That sounds kind of easy, but what is the easiest recipe for someone like me who has repeatedly burnt toast?
And Daniel, just so you know,
without even a toaster, I burn toast. I'm very bad at it.
The level of chef that Steven is, he once put raw chicken into a juicer thinking that it was a food processor.
That is true. I did do that. I am bad
what
at
can
life.
somebody like him who's not really good?
Tacos, simple. Tacos are so diverse. Tacos are like, that's why everybody loves them, because they're so simple. Just ground beef, carne asada, anything you want, jackfruit, put in a taco. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
jackfruit's so good.
The only thing you can't put in a taco is ketchup. Don't put ketchup.
Oh yeah, God.
Who would do that? Who would do that?
Yeah, don't.
That's
People still put ketchup on hot dogs. It happens
They-
all the time.
No,
As
ketchup
horrible
on a
as it
taco.
is,
That's
yeah.
like the people who cut burritos in half. Like every time I see
No.
somebody, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Don't cut a burrito.
It's meant to
I
be
love-
held.
I love people. I love people that talk about. Let me have a wrap. If it's wrapped, it's a burrito.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
Now you have the donut shop too. So when did you get into have you made donuts yourself? I'm curious. How many donuts have
Yes.
you made personally?
Yes, I've tried to make them at home. I love donuts. We have a pineapple fritter there that if you eat two, you're gonna need a rehab. I mean,
You need an insulin shot comes on the side.
yeah, no kidding. You know what I mean?
Man, oh,
It is
man.
like unreal.
Yeah. So what's different about the donuts there at Trejo's Coffee and Donuts? Because I've driven by. I've never been. I need to stop in one of these days. But
Got to stop in. We've got Walita donuts. We've got lowrider donuts. We've got tequila donuts.
wow,
What's in a lowrider donut?
Whatever you want. You know what I mean? Lowrider donut. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love them.
Well, what are those ones like?
They're delicious. I mean, you gotta. It's like if you want an explosion in your mouth, eat one of my donuts.
We're gonna go get one of your donuts on the way home. That's the plan.
we'll stop by. Yeah.
That's the plan. Danny, do you use social media at all? Do you have?
Yes.
All right, where can
Absolutely.
people
I'm
find
on
you? Where can people
Face.
get you?
I'm on Face on Instagram. I'm on all that stuff. And,
What's your handle on there? What's your name on there?
I'm gonna pull it up right now. Danny.
at the official Danny Trejo.
Yeah, it's official Danny Trejo on Instagram. He's got the check mark. 1.7 million followers on there. What is a restaurant that you would consider opening the next one if you were going to do the next thing in your line of food?
Well, I think Denver, Colorado is yelling for us. I think we might go up to Denver, because marijuana's legal up there, and they love tacos right after the munchies. Tacos are
And
awesome.
donuts.
And donuts.
Yeah, this is a perfect place.
I love that idea. I think that's a great idea.
They want Denver, they want New York, and they want San Antonio, Texas, Las Vegas, and Hawaii.
Oh my God!
Those are all perfect places.
They're all great. Yeah.
16th Street Mall in Denver would go nuts if they had you there.
You know what? My fighter, Sinise Estrada, look her up. She's a WBC and the WBA champion of the world. She's 108 pounds, and she wears my logo on her shorts, and it's like so cool to watch her fight. I mean,
Yeah.
That's got to.
I'll look for her on DAZN. I'm sure she's on there all the time. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
sir,
so
the
amazing.
zone.
Yeah.
Oh
In fact,
wow!
stole the show on the Canelo fight, the last Canelo
Oh,
fight.
yeah.
Yeah, she was just unbelievable. And she in the 9th round, the girl had to stop.
He's the only other redhead accepted in Pico Rivera. Is Canelo. Yeah.
Well, I feel like I could talk to you for hours, man, and I want to go to your. I've been to Trejo's Tacos, but I will be going to all of your places and eating all of your food.
As soon as this opens, okay?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as this pandemic is over, I'm inviting you and your families, you guys, to Trejo's Cantina on me.
Wow.
And please, just call me. You got this number. Call me, and I will. It's on me. I'd love to see you guys.
That is
Thank
so
you.
awesome.
You're so nice.
Thank you so much.
We should probably show you pictures of Mike Black and Stephen Glickman first, just to make
Yeah.
sure you can afford that.
We are large men. We will eat all the burritos.
Awesome.
I will cordially invite you to my place where I will make you some Easy Mac. So you're more than
God
welcome
bless you,
anytime.
guys.
Well, I'm going to pick up your book because I'm the chef of the three of us. I'm the one who actually
Yeah,
cooks,
Matt,
so I
Matt
will.
actually knows how to cook, so he'll cook.
God bless
We'll
you
go
guys.
eat his
Yeah.
stuff. Thank you
bless
so
you,
much
sir.
again
Thank
for doing the show, and
thank
hopefully
you.
we can talk again soon.
Thank you, Danny.
God bless, brother. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening to the Nighttime Show podcast, and big thanks to Danny Trejo for being on the show. That was so amazing, right?
Fantastic.
We are definitely going to that restaurant as soon as it opens.
God, that is the plan, Stan. Guys, when it comes to social media, Mike Black, where can people find ya?
All social media at Mike Black Attack. I also do another podcast called The Power Pals. Check that out too.
Ooh, very nice. What about you, Mr. Matt Walker?
Links to everything at funnymatt.com, or if you're a San Francisco Giants fan, you can get me at mattwalkersucks.com.
Yes, absolutely. You can always get me at Stephen Glickman, STPHEN Glickman, on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the Nighttime Show podcast and share this. Share this wonderful interview.
Like, follow, subscribe.
Yes, for God's sake. You guys are the best. Thanks a lot for listening.
Oh!